Hi there, welcome to yet another installment of This Month in Gaming, where it's your one-stop shop for occasionally monthly, news regarding gaming. As per usual, I have 3 different things lined up, basically reducing in severity, if you will. And yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it, okay? I'm not gonna waste your time. Just roll the transition. Jesus Christ, we're talking about frickin' Roblox again? Alright, well, apparently Roblox is now back in hot water again. And this time, for a significantly worse reason. So for those of you who didn't see my last This Month in Gaming, Roblox was in hot water last time because apparently they decided that it would be a brilliant idea to have a pedophile as like one of their leading, game developers for an upcoming Roblox event that they were having called The Hatch, which basically caused all their major creators for that event to immediately pull their, involvement with the event because of said things. On top of that, too, there were some things I heard about that event afterwards, like, for example, that the eggs that they used were completely AI generated, which at this point I'm just not even surprised by, considering the fact that, one of the heads of Roblox apparently thinks that putting AI slop into their games is a brilliant fucking move. This time, they're under fire for something that has just fully exposed the fact that they just don't really care about their platform anymore for God knows what reason. You know what? I'm just gonna set the scene right here. We're gonna introduce you to somebody called Schlep, okay? Now, probably by the time that this video is out, I will have already seen at least the most recent video regarding this entire situation from the guy himself. But he is one of those vigilantes on Roblox that likes to go out of his way to, catch very, very egregious predators that exist on Roblox. And the interesting thing about it is that he doesn't just catch them and get them banned off the platform, oh no. What he actually does is he actually manages to get them arrested, which is actually a lot more than you can say about a lot of other vigilante predator hunters that have existed on YouTube. People such as like Ruben Sim, Lyle Convoy, and God knows how many others that have completely slipped my mind at this point. People who have done basically jack diddly fuck all in terms of actually protecting people and have more so just done it just to be performative. But this guy actually seems to give a shit about cleaning up the platform and also in a way cleaning up the streets as well, because as long as there's less of these people that are, available to try and, prey on children, then that basically means that it's a safer place for not just Roblox, but for just the world at large. Now, of course, you would think that as a multi-billion, potentially trillion-dollar platform, that you would be happy that somebody is actually doing the job that your moderators should be able to do, because for some reason you can't allocate, like, at least, $1 trillion into your moderation platform to actually fucking do something against some of the most disgusting people on your platform. For some reason you can't just do that, so, you think you would be fine with just the average person deciding to take it into their own hands and actually clean up the streets. Well, apparently Roblox isn't very happy about that, so they decided to ban Schlepp's account and send him a fucking cease and desist in response. On top of that, too, after this was made public, they decided to make a follow-up response where they basically doubled down on their actions by stating that apparently this vigilantism creates a, quote, unsafe environment for their users. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot, too, there was also another statement made by Roblox during, like, some sort of weird, like, 45-minute long thing. And someone ended up finding out that apparently that entire statement was completely AI generated. Something tells me that Chedletsky was probably behind that one. Now, Roblox, I don't know if you're just brain dead. I don't know if David Balsacki just got hit by a fucking bus every single day upon walking to work, and that's why he has such severe brain damage. But what you've basically just implied here is that you care more about the predators on your platform than the primary demographic of your platform that's getting harmed. Like, what? I mean, to be fair, I just honestly shouldn't even be surprised, considering the fact that they do nothing about, like, the Gooner UGC stuff that apparently still exists on the platform, except for very few niche cases where people manage to catch it early on and actually get it nuked off the platform within the first 24 hours. But again, that's very few and far between. Meanwhile, we have someone who's going out of his way to not just get people banned, but also get them arrested for their disgusting actions against children, and Roblox's response is basically, nah, we don't care. Let's actually nuke the guy that's doing something that our moderation team should be doing instead, all because of the fact that we I don't know, I guess care more about the predators for whatever reason. And this action alone has probably caused the biggest downfall potentially in gaming history at this point, with Roblox not only losing a colossal, like, chunk of their stock, like, just take a look at these graphs right here, it's a sheer 90-degree drop-off. That is wild to think about. But on top of that, too, they have been banned in 4 different countries because of the problems of child safety. And the funny thing is that Roblox is now being sued by several states right now. Among the states that I've at least seen, at least articles being written about as being states that are suing Roblox actively, among those states are my home state of Florida, Louisiana, Georgia, California, and fucking Texas. Now, I don't know how to spell it out for you guys, just how insane it is that California and Texas, in a way, are kind of working together on this. So for my non-US viewers, allow me to kind of paint a picture for you. It's like if China and Taiwan decided to finally put their differences aside to fuck over an entire multi-trillion-dollar corporation. That's basically what we're dealing with right here. We're dealing with 2 states that can't even agree on what color the sky and the grass is supposed to be, working to... actively trying to work together to basically tell Roblox, hey, you're kind of fucking dumb for doing this, which is just wild to think about. But what makes this even more insane, right? What makes this entire story even more insane is the simple fact that it has now gotten Law by Mike involved in this, from what I've heard, and has also caused Chris motherfucking Hansen to come out of retirement. I'm just gonna let that sink in for a little bit, because I feel like I can't even make a joke about that one, because of just how insane it is. I just... Holy crap. And the real icing on the cake right here is that, at least from what I've heard, Roblox hasn't said shit about any of this. So for all intents and purposes, at least from what I've seen, they just actively do not care. So yeah, that's basically the entire long and short of the story of Roblox, and why I haven't really been doing anything related to Roblox lately. It's purely because of that garbage right there. Thanks for the memories, Roblox, but yeah, I think there's a good reason why a lot of people are pulling from your, creator platform now. But yeah, let's just move on to the next segment because this is already getting depressing enough. Oh boy, Bungie! I haven't made fun of Bungie in a hot minute. It's been at least, what, like a year since I've decided to talk about them. I've wanted to kind of talk about them for a while, especially ever since their whispers of, like, all the bad things that are currently happening in relation to their, most recent attempt at a cash cow that they're still actively working on that's currently in development hell, known as Marathon. Apparently, there have been whispers about stolen concept art and stuff like that that they're currently getting sued for, as well as God knows how many other things, okay? Basically, Marathon is probably in a much worse state than whatever is currently planned next for their current cash cow of Destiny 2. But here's what makes it even funnier, okay? Here's what makes it even funnier, is the fact that now the leadership for Bungie has now been passed along to a completely new person. And it's the fucking over-delivery guy. I feel like just at this point, Bungie can't make a good decision to save their lives, like, at all, because they decided to replace the guy that was actively scamming players, just so that way he could afford another sports car, for the guy who was actively trying to play defense for why every single one of their updates for Destiny 2 since Witch Queen have been mid as fuck at best. It is stunning to me how atrocious Bungie could possibly be when it comes to their leadership choices. And I feel like it's just going to become like a YouTube situation where, the old leadership steps down, the old leadership wasn't exactly that good, and then the new leadership that steps in ends up turning out to be just significantly fucking worse. I feel like that's exactly what's gonna happen. I have no hopes for Bungie. Like, there's a reason why Destiny 2 is basically in, like, a digital cuck chair in my Steam library right now. And it's purely because of just how shitty Destiny 2 is, let's be honest here, but also just how shitty Bungie is in total, okay? Like, there's really just no redeeming qualities about either the game or the company at this point. And there's probably a good reason as to why they've been bleeding money ever since, I don't know. How long has it been since their, second to last update? The one before, Lightfall? They've at least been bleeding money since then. But yeah, basically, fuck Bungie. Let's just move on to the actually good news here. So, Silksong finally got an announcement of its release date. And as of recording this, it's going to be releasing in about 10 days. So yes, I'm kind of, in a way, also putting Silksong in the title for views, but at the exact same time, I'm talking about it because, you know what? It's at least a good story to kind of round us off on. So yeah, Silksong, the most anticipated prequel to the hit game Hollow Knight, which I still have yet to even complete or even touch in over a year at this point, is finally going to be released, and oh my god, it is genuinely stunning. Now, of course, all the jokes about the fact that now all of the Hollow Knight fans have basically been released from their proverbial padded cells to finally shout from the mountaintops about how Silksong is finally going to be released, aside, all that aside, all the memes about there potentially being yet another delay aside, I'm actually kind of excited. Not because I'm gonna be like a day one player or anything like that, but I'm excited for at least the people that are gonna be playing it. I'm hoping that it's at least as good as the developers have been saying it, too. Because the funniest thing is that one of the biggest rumors as to why Silksong has been stuck in development for the past 7 years was because it was basically in development hell, like some other games that have basically just been mentioned even in this video. However, according to one of the developers at Team Cherry, I found this one article that kind of has like a statement here from them. Let me just read it out for you. It was always progressing. It's just a case that we're a small team and games take a lot of time. There wasn't any big controversial moment behind it. We've been having fun, and it's nice to make things. Literally, the reason why Silksong took so long is because the development team has just been having a blast making it. And you know what? That's awesome. That is actually fucking cool. Like, again, I don't even have a joke for this one, but it's for a good reason. It's because they've just been having a good time making it, and I guess in their time that they've been having, just making this game, I guess somewhere along the way they forgot, oh shit, we're supposed to release this at some point! I just think it's really funny that the main reason why Silksong has been taking so long is just because they've been having a blast making it. And you know what? I can't wait for it to come out. Again, I'm probably not gonna be a day one player, mainly because of the lack of money that I have. But maybe at some point, maybe when I eventually trademark beat Hollow Knight, maybe I'll take a look at Silksong and see if it's any better than the original game. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe. I don't do stuff like this too often. That's why it's this month, not like this week or today or whatever. But yeah, I'll see you guys whenever I see you. Take care, everybody.